Mr. Sanders, there's no city manager report tonight, is that correct?
In the interest of time, no ma'am.
That brings us to our consent agenda. If there's no objection, the consent agenda stands approved. Now, under old business, we have our public hearing, first reading, consideration and action on ordinance to amend the retail package sales of wine regulations to allow the decrease of food sales for wine shops. Do I have a motion to waive the first reading and place that on our August 12th, 2013 agenda?
Madam Chair, I make the motion to waive
There's a, sorry.
and place it on August 12th agenda.
Thank you. There is a motion to waive and place on August 12th. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emmanuel. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. 5 in favor. All those opposed. 0 opposed. The first reading is waived. New business, we have consideration action on Resolution 2013-18, call of the election for November 5th, 2013, general election. This is, whereas the City of Snellville will hold a general election on Tuesday, November 5th, 2013, for the purpose of electing 3 members of City Council. The posts to be voted on are Post 3, Post 4, and Post 5. Whereas the qualifying period for candidates opens Monday, August 26, 2013 at 8:30 a.m. and closes on Friday, August 30th, 2013 at 4:30 p.m. The hours of qualifying each day shall be from 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m., with 1 hour allowed for the lunch break. Any person desiring to run for this office shall qualify in the office of the city clerk by filing a notice of candidacy. Whereas the qualifying fee for the council seat is $120, whereas the voter registration deadline for this election is October 7th, 2013. Whereas City Clerk Melissa Arnold is hereby appointed as Municipal Election Superintendent, and Absentee Ballot Clerk Karen McKay is appointed as Assistant Election Superintendent, and Deputy Absentee Ballot Clerk Gabriella Downs is appointed as Assistant Election Superintendent, and Deputy Absentee Ballot Clerk Nelson Williams is appointed as Poll Manager, and Rebecca Page and Ruby Jordan are appointed as Assistant Poll Managers. Whereas City Clerk Melissa Arnold is hereby directed to publish an advertisement in the legal organ notifying the citizens of the qualifying period and the qualifying fee. Whereas this general election will be held in the Snellville City Hall located at 2342 Oak Road. The polls will open at 7 a.m. and will close at 7 p.m. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the City of Snellville, Georgia, that if no candidate receives a majority vote, then a runoff election will be held on Tuesday, December 3rd, 2013, at the same location. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2013-18?
Motion to approve Resolution 2013-18 as read.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sabag. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. That's 5 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The resolution stands approved. That then brings us to item number B, consideration and action on intergovernmental agreement with Gwinnett County for use and distribution of proceeds generated by the 2013 Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax Referendum. Do I have a motion?
Do we have to read the whole thing? Motion to approve.
Motion to authorize the mayor to execute the intergovernmental agreement.
That's correct.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Councilman Sabag. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. That's 5 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The motion stands approved. Brings us to item C, consideration action on resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for repairs on Lower Johnson Lake Dam. Councilman Sabag.
This item has come up again and again on our agendas, and it's been discussed in the public. And we know about the safety issues. We know about the lake being hindered in the position it's in, and it can certainly be an eyesore. However, tonight, on advice of our city attorney, Mr. Tony Powell, that we'd like to postpone this one more time until the next agenda publication. I'm going to use the word hopefully the first week of August, second Monday of August.
Are you withdrawing your sponsorship, or are you making a motion to postpone?
I'm making a motion to postpone it until the second Monday of August.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion as stated signify by raising your right hand. That's 5 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The motion stands approved. Brings us to item D, consideration action on award of bid for Snellville City Hall generator project. Councilwoman Kraus.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the award of the City Hall Generator Project to DPS Infrastructure Monitoring Systems, Inc., doing business as Data Power Source, based on the recommendation of Clark Pattison Lee, and authorize the mayor to execute the contract not to exceed $88,250.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emmanuel. All those in favor of the motion as previously stated signify by raising your right hand. 5 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The motion stands approved. I announced in the work session at this point in time I'm withdrawing my nominations for the appointments tonight. I will put those on the next council agenda. Just want to make sure we have the right people in the right places and that council has their applications. So that concludes our new business and will bring us to council reports. Councilman Emmanuel.
I'm going to talk for a long time because we had a really short meeting tonight. I just want to, yeah, you can go next. I just want to thank staff for doing such a great job with the concert. It was a really good time, got a little bit of rain, and it moved on quickly, and the lawn was full, and everybody seemed to have a really good time. Community Garden, just can't thank them enough for all the donations that they've been making to the Southeast Gwinnett Co-op. They have Give Hunger the Boot bed there, and then there's additional donations being made. Excuse me. And I'd like to thank Mr. Ewing for his ongoing history of Snellville. I think we've learned a lot of interesting facts about the past of our city, and I think we'll have more to come because it's for a small town, it sure has a lot of good history, and I appreciate all the time and effort he's put into that. Have a good ride home tonight, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Councilwoman Kraus.
I'd also like to thank Mr. Ewing. You've taught this Bostonian a lot about the South, and I appreciate it. As far as a report goes, the personal agenda that I'm getting through has a lot to do with the coop, and I'm looking forward to meeting the fire department, Gwinnett Fire Department, this week. I don't have anything particular to tell you about it, but you can bet when I do have more progress, I will report. Thank you. Thank you, and have a safe drive home.
Councilman Howard.
Well, hello, everybody. Broadside, I mean, come on here. I'm trying to figure this out. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us. As Ms. McAloon mentioned, the crowd we had at the Live on the Lawn with Banks and Shane was just absolutely incredible. How we missed the rain is anybody's guess. I have no idea how we did it, and nobody else does either, but there's a couple of pictures there from the crowd that night, and we had a couple of food trucks there too, and if you've not experienced the food truck experience, I understand it was wonderful. We had Mac the Cheese and the Mighty Meatballs, I think it was, yeah. And great guys, and come out, and a lot of spirit and energy on these things, and some pretty good food. It was some pretty good stuff. So next up, I want to talk a little bit about our Veterans Memorial. We continue to push forward with that. This is the mock-up of it if you haven't had the opportunity to see it. Fundraising continues to go very well. I really believe that this is going to be a lasting memorial to all veterans in this area. That's going to be second to none. So you'll hear me mention it a lot, and certainly when you have the opportunity to let folks know about it and support it, I really would appreciate that for sure. So it's going to be very nice. Next thing, Ms. Creasy, how are you tonight? This past week, Mayor and Dave and Diane and I had the opportunity to go over to the senior center and have a lunch. And then what they do is that they have an appreciation for the seniors that come over there and really work hard in keeping the place up and helping, doing all the things that they do. So the staff invites all the seniors, and they kind of treat them to a picnic. Of course, you know how hot it's been. We had our cook outside, and then we brought everything inside. So it was very well attended. But what I'd like to do is I want to thank each of you and all of the taxpayers of the city of Snellville. I learned that our city had the opportunity to provide the senior center with a new sound system. And that's a tribute to the citizens of the city that pay the taxes, and the idea is that we're able to give back to those places that contribute highly to our community. So I certainly hope that everybody in the senior center will continue to use those kind of things. And thanks for all that they do. Again, buy local, be safe, get engaged, come out with us when you can. The community garden, the farmers market, all of these things, the popcorn in the parks, all these things are just true testaments to what our community can be and what our community is. So thank y'all again for the opportunity to serve you in this capacity that I have here as a member of this council. Thank you.
Councilman Sabag.
2 Wednesdays ago, we were invited to the Masonic Lodge in Snellville, Lodge number 99. Thank you, Mr. Harrison, for setting up that wonderful lunch. We came to that lunch, we were invited because you had a much bigger status symbol out there, which was the Snellville Historic Society. And I know the mayor and council were invited. I had a good time there. And simply to say that the Snellville Historic Society have left a huge impact on, at least on me, for one. And I do appreciate all what you've done, Mr. Ewing. As you know, I wasn't born in this country, first of all. So I can take all the education I can get. And from you standing up there in front of us, telling me how this city came about, and these men and the women that have made it happen, my hat's off to them, and my hat's off to you and the Historic Society here in Snellville. I appreciate all you've done. I know I have gathered quite a bit of information and learned quite a bit. Again, that's from the bottom of my heart. On a second note, we heard today that November 5 is an election date. For those who are interested, put that date on your calendar, circle it 3 or 4 times, and there are 3 seats up for election. God bless you all, and thank you for being a great part of this community.
Thank you, Councilman Sabag. Now for our mayor's report. The Senior Center lunch was a wonderful activity. One of the things I realized while we were there was not to just be grateful for all the seniors that take advantage of the Senior Center, but we really do have a tremendous staff. To see Kathy and the way she interacted with the seniors was just remarkable. And so I want to say thank you to the staff. Not only did they cook and serve the seniors that day, but on a daily basis, they are a wonderful group over there at the Senior Center. The Masonic Lodge, I also want to thank them, and the Snellville Historical Society for inviting me. I learned a lot about the city of Snellville during the presentation, and also a lot about the Masonic Lodge, and haven't had such a great meal in a long time. So thank y'all to both of those organizations. Want to encourage all of y'all to come to our next council meeting. It will be a special celebration of our 90th birthday. We will have previous mayors and council here, and also some birthday cake. So please make sure you come out and participate in that. The next time we are back here in council, it's hard to believe, but everyone will be back in school. So I want to wish everyone a happy last few days of summer. Make the most of them. Also, last week I had the opportunity with Buddy Hoffman, who's the pastor of Grace, and also with the mayor of Lilburn, Mayor Christ, to attend a dinner at the 1818 Club along with Chairwoman Nash, and that was to welcome a delegation from Kosovo. The mayor of a region in Kosovo probably mispronounced it, but it's called Sedunka. And the city of Lilburn became sister cities. And that is the first sister city, to our knowledge, here in the United States with Kosovo. Kosovo, the mayor spoke. He's the mayor of about 90,000 people. One of the requirements for sister cities is that you be a sister city with a population that's similar to yours. Well, Lilburn has about 14,000, so he thought if I was there, he could at least argue that we're closer to that, maybe about 40,000. And one of the reasons for that promotion is to create an exchange between the two cities, and to also show, Kosovo is mainly Muslim, to show that Christians and Muslims can coincide. And that's what Pastor Hoffman's mission is, and that's why he's been involved. But the mayor addressed us, and he put it like this. He said that his country has 2 million residents, and they have 2.5 million American flags in that country. They love the United States, and they love everything about it. And it almost gave me goosebumps to hear this person from a foreign country speak with such pride about our country. And sometimes I think those of us that live here take those things for granted, and sometimes we forget that. And so it was refreshing to hear the kind things that he had to say about our country. And so regardless of what's going on, whether it be at the federal level, state level, or local level, we do have the best country in the world, and sometimes we need to be reminded of that. One last thing, Friday night, I will be attending the Gwinnett County Film Festival. I'd encourage all of y'all to come out and attend. I had the opportunity a couple months ago to attend the premiere of a movie that's called The Spirit of Love, and it is being featured at this year's Gwinnett County Film Festival. It's the story of Mike Glenn. Mike Glenn is a former NBA player. He played for the Atlanta Hawks. He's retired, and he resides here in Snellville. Coach Glenn runs a basketball camp every summer, and it's free to the participants, but it's a basketball camp for the deaf and hearing impaired. It's the only basketball camp of its kind in the United States. He's ran this camp for several years, and The Spirit of Love is a documentary about him and his camp, and it's a truly touching story. It has already won several awards. It's been selected for the film festival. It's a top 10 semifinalist in the Inspirational Country Music, Faith, Family, and Country Awards in Nashville this October. And it's the same category that the movie 42, based on Jackie Robinson's life, is nominated for. He also has won the Champion Award in 2010, and he's up for a couple of awards at Friday night's film festival. So it will be featured Friday night. The film festival is being put on by the Gwinnett Convention Visitors Bureau. So I'd encourage all of y'all to come out and support a local Snellvillian. That is all for my mayor's report. We will open the floor for public comments.
Catherine Creasy, 2829 Adela Court, Snell, Georgia. I want to read you something from the Gwinnett Daily Post. Jan Burke, Comptroller for the City of Snellville, has been honored with an award of financial reporting achievement by the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada. Snellville was recognized for his comprehensive annual financial report, and Burke was honored as the person primarily responsible for putting together that report. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting. The GFCA is a nonprofit professional association serving 17,500 government finance professionals across the country. And I think it was quite an honor that our comptroller was honored, and since it wasn't brought up, I wanted to read it to y'all and let you know about it.
Thank you, Ms. Creasy. That is actually the second year in a row that Ms. Burke has won that award. And we do plan on honoring her at a council meeting once the plaque actually arrives. So
I thought she had it once before, and I wasn't sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional public comment.
My name is John Fonda. I reside at 2989 Deer Valley Court here in Snellville. I've been a resident of Snellville for almost 25 years and a resident of Timberline Communities for approximately 15 years. Reason for me being here tonight, and I understand that you have tabled the issue of the Lower Johnson Lake. We had a meeting back in June. That's when we hold our annual homeowners association meeting of the Timberline communities, which include Timberline, Misty River, and Misty Fairways. At that time, we decided that it would be best for us to take a little bit of action on the part of our community to let the city and also the Summit Chase Homeowners Association know where we stand. So I want to read you something really quickly, and it's a petition with over 100 signatures on it from our community. First of all, statement of fact. The Lower Johnson Lake has been in a state of disrepair and neglect for over 2 years. The condition of the lake has progressively gotten worse over this period due to the negligence and inaction on the part of the Summit Chase Homeowners Association. The condition of the lake is a constant eyesore and has posed a health and safety hazard to the residents of the Timberline community, which include Timberline, Misty River, and Misty Fairways. The property values of our community have been adversely affected by the unsightliness of the lake, the presence of caution tape, and the posting of danger signs along the entire length of the dam. The lake is wholly owned by Summit Chase Homeowners Association, and they alone bear responsibility to maintain their property. Statement of support. We, the residents of the Timberline community, are hereby demanding that the Summit Chase Homeowners Association do the right thing and take whatever action is necessary to restore the lake to its original condition and levels of water. The residents of the Timberline community are willing to support the efforts of the Summit Chase Homeowners Association financially through fundraising and donations only if the lake is restored to its original condition. We, the undersigned, hereby declare our support for the above statements and wish to have our voices heard. This has been going on for way too long. It's been, I said, 2 years in this. I think it's actually longer than that. I will probably try to be here next month when hopefully this comes up before the council again. Even though I'm not placing any blame on the city, I think the city is trying to come to some kind of a resolution. But we're just really kind of at a point where we want to have our voices heard through petitions that we circulated throughout the neighborhood. A handful of volunteers went out and accomplished all this for us, and we want to see some resolution to this as quick as possible. Anything else? I understand Summit Chase, there were some people behind me. They left pretty quick after the motion was tabled, so I don't know if that included lawyers or whoever else was involved with that. But I want this placed into public record so that from here on out, we have something to stand on, come down the road if we have to if we have to secure any lawyers to get something done. Okay? Who do I present this to? City manager?
You can give it to the city clerk.
City clerk. These are copies. I have the originals, and I will present a copy to Summit Chase Homeowners Association. I was hoping they would be here tonight so I could present that to them as well.
Thank you, sir. Any other public comments?
Jamie Dempsey, 430 Crested View Drive, Loganville. Mayor, I just wanted to know, where is that film festival taking place, please?
The convention center.
At the convention center. Thank you.
Additional public comments? Seeing none, I'll close the public comment portion of this meeting. During the public hearing of the mayor and city council of Snellville, Georgia, Mayor Couts announced that certain matters should be discussed in a closed session of the meeting, asked council to advise the city with respect to closing the meeting, to discuss pending and or potential litigation, settlement claims, administrative proceedings, or other judicial actions which is exempt from the Open Meetings Act pursuant to OCGA Section 50-14-2, subsection 1. Upon a motion of Council Member Kraus, seconded by Council Member Sabag, the meeting was closed with the following council members and the mayor present and voting. Mayor Couts, yes. Councilman Emmanuel. Councilman Howard. Yes. Councilwoman Kraus. Councilman Sabag. Yes. With that, we will reconvene in the conference room in about 3 minutes. I don't expect any action coming from this executive session. You all have a safe trip home. Thank you for coming out tonight.